many decades.
This budget still gives us the largest debt increase in history, more than all prior 43 presidents combined, and this budget still paves the way for these enormous tax increases on our economy. If we had the largest tax increase in history, the largest borrowing, the largest spending increases in history, we still won't grow. That's the point we're trying to make.
AIG's Ed Liddy, the latest CEO on the hot seat, but he is not alone. The economic crisis, combined with a series of bailouts, has many CEOs under fire. Our next guest says the image of the American executive has been tarnished and is in need of a makeover, something we can all agree on, so let's tackle it. Joining us from Detroit, Todd Thomas, founder of Impact Consulting and Development, also a weekly contributor for TheStreet.com, with our friend Jim Cramer. All right, good to have you with us, sir. We appreciate it.
It's my pleasure, Erin.
People have started to say it's sort of like PS and PS, you know, pre-September and post-September, things really changed. We see any headline here, we were picking one out earlier, a random CEO, a random amount of money, and people see it differently than they used to. What fundamentally has changed?
Well, you know, Erin, I'm not sure anything fundamentally changed. I think that what we realized was it's not so much the CEO's intelligence in creating a financial outcome. What's really important is whether they have integrity or not.
And people just have started to assume in many instances, right, that as the word CEO somehow means nefarious in some way, right? I don't want to overstep it, but there has become a little bit more of that assumption. How can a CEO combat that?
Well, you know, I think that one of the first things that a CEO has to do is to be intentional about it. I think that they have to realize that the public now is looking for, as I said, looking for more leadership integrity than they are leadership intelligence. They have to think about their communication. They have to be honest. They have to be open, and really make the case that they can be trusted. I would argue integrity is the currency of leadership, and if I don't trust you, I'm certainly not going to follow you, and I'm not going to take your recommendations.
But isn't it true that trust is something that has to be earned, and you can talk till you're blue in your face, it's not going to make any difference?
That is totally correct. I think we can talk about it all day. In fact, if I don't trust you and you tell me to trust you, I'm simply going to wonder why you're telling me that. I think it has to do with walking the talk, and I think it has to do with directly addressing the concerns about my intent and why I'm doing the things I'm doing.
So this is an issue that really only time can fix.
Of course, and I think that it's going to require a long-term effort. You know, we've gotten this Twitter mentality right now that if I don't trust you at this moment, or if I see results I don't like this moment, then perhaps they'll be better tomorrow. It's going to be a long-term effort. We need to make some hard decisions and hold people accountable to them.
Wow. Okay. This just keeps getting harder and harder.
Yeah, well, you know, Mark, if I can, I mean, there was a time, we've seen this before, in the late 60s, early 70s, Lee Iacocca.
Don't trust anyone over 30.
Yeah, right. Or only trust those that are over 30. I don't know, but you know, we saw the focus on two measures for a car, right? Lee Iacocca said, "I want it to be $2,000 and 2,000 pounds." The Pinto came. And while it met those two measures, it lacked in integrity. The problem, of course, if you hit it, it blew up.
Yeah.
I think that's the same thing with our leaders today, is that we really have to have all of the above. We have to have results, but we have to have integrity.
But I think a lot of people would like to have leaders who, if you hit them, they blew up. Todd, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mark.
Todd Thomas.
And a quick programming note, tomorrow night, our special report, hosted by Mr. Carl Quintanilla, Restoring Trust.